Have you ever come across a new product and thought to yourself, how was I ever living without this? After publishing 7 books, here are some of the writing supplies I can't believe I was ever living without. And I think once you hear about them, you're going to be feeling the exact same way. If you're going to leave this video and only buy one product, let it be Tulle pens. Let me tell you, I am obsessed with these. I have every color. I have Tulle notebooks, I have Tulle notepads, I have Tulle papers, I have Tulle pens, I have Tulle fine line markers, I have Tulle mechanical pencils, I have Tulle everything. I love this brand. I cannot get enough of it. What I love about them is one, they glide really well. They are a nice dark ink. They feel fun to write with, and they don't smudge. These are my signing pens. Well, actually, this and this are my official signing pens. But when I sign my books, they do not leak through the page, they do not smudge, they dry quickly, and they are a nice dark ink in all colors. They have ballpoint, they have fine line, they have 0.7. That's what I like to use. Let me tell you, Tulle products, buy them, you will not regret. Another product I love, particularly if you are like me and you don't like to write directly into books, are transparent sticky notes. So I have stuck to this paper here an example of an orange one, and you can still see everything I wrote through it. So this is very helpful because when I do a final proofread of my books, I will stick a note into my actual proof copy and write whatever edit I need on the note. There we go, I can see it. I don't need to write directly on the page, and it also helps when I'm working on a physical copy of a proof copy for my official final proofread before I publish, to have these brightly colored notes in there, because I can just flip through and see exactly what pages have edits, as opposed to if I used even a red pen, might miss some of them. So, transparent sticky notes, I got these on discount at Office Max. I see them on Amazon, I see them around. Just get the transparent, or I guess they actually call them translucent sticky notes. Here's a writing must-have you probably already have at home. A calculator. When I tell you a calculator is a writing must-have, I mean it. I know. Most people who are into writing, they probably don't like math very much. I do. I'm majoring in mathematics. I obviously like my numbers. But I'm not just being biased, I promise. A calculator is very helpful for several different reasons. Number one, if you're publishing your book, there's going to come a point where you need to calculate royalties and pricing and add shipping together, etc., etc. Even if it's something as simple as $19.99 plus $5 shipping, I would use a calculator for that. You don't want to make a mistake and charge somebody the wrong amount or get your royalty percentages off. Take a calculator with you. It is also helpful for little details within the books. So sometimes I might be figuring out the timeline and I'm trying to figure out how many days have passed, so I can plug in, all right, so this is day 2, I see they did a 3-day time skip, and go all the way through the book, add it up, see how many weeks the official book was. Calculator, that is a writing must-have. I'm sorry if you don't like math. There is a lot of math involved when you want to publish a book. When I do research on blue light glasses, I actually find a surprising amount of variety in whether or not they actually help with migraines. To me, they did. They absolutely helped me out. I was getting debilitating migraines to the point where I was getting them every week. I would be out of function for days. I would be at work and I would feel one coming on. I would be working on an essay and I would feel one coming on. I would be editing a book and I'd feel one coming on. I got blue light glasses and I have not gotten a migraine severe enough to put me out for days since. Do I still get them? Occasionally, but I can usually stave it off by running downstairs full speed and getting Advil and then getting a snack and cold water, and we fight that. We fight that off immediately. Blue light glasses, I always wear them when I'm on my laptop, and I haven't been getting bad migraines since. Another writing must-have is a writing buddy. I have one here. Fiona, Fifi, Fifi. She's broken, but I have a writing buddy. That's a must-have. Another more serious writing must-have are notebooks. Yes, that's obvious. If you are a writer, if you are in college, if you, honestly, for any reason, you probably have notebooks lying around in your house, at least 1 or 2 extras. I don't need to tell you you need it. But if you time when you go notebook shopping correctly, you are never going to go broke buying notebooks. Because especially those 3 to 5 subject ones, if you want a big notebook to outline an entire long book or series, they are expensive. They are $8 to $15 depending on how many subjects they are. But a lot of stores like Office Max, where I used to work, so that's why I know these little inside secrets, they will drop their notebooks astonishingly low after the summer rush when people are buying school supplies. They have a lot of extras. I have gotten, they're usually about 70 pages, 70-page spiral-bound notebooks, 50 cents. I've gotten some of those multi-subject ones for under $2. So if you need notebooks or you don't need notebooks, but you want to stock up on notebooks, go to after-school sales after school starts. They will likely drop them on clearance, and you can stock up. I'm going to go from telling you a budget-friendly tip to a not-so-budget-friendly tip. I would tentatively say that a printer is a writing necessity. Now, a printer is a lot of money. I believe the one I currently have was a few $100s. I went halvesies on it with my mom because we both use it a lot. I really do think a printer is a must-have because you don't know when you're going to need to print something out. You might want to print out your entire book. Now, I will tell you, I don't ever print out my entire book at the house. Ink is too expensive to be doing that. I usually get a proof copy from KDP that is 8.5 by 11 inches, standard paper size. They cost under $10 to print out the entire book that way. Or I go to a store like Staples or Office Max to get it done. But for smaller things, absolutely, I think that a printer is borderline a must-have. The one I got, it is an Epson EcoTank, so they actually use bottles of ink instead of cartridges. Life saver. I'm not kidding. I used to have an HP. It was cheaper to buy an entirely new printer than it would have been to replace my cartridges. So that's why I got rid of my old printer and I got an EcoTank when I ran out of ink. It was budget friendly, even though a printer in and of itself is kind of expensive. My final writing must-have is access to several different writing platforms. Now, there are a lot out there that you need to buy subscriptions to. There's Scrivener, there's, I believe, Vellum for formatting. I'm not super well versed on those, but what I use, Microsoft Word, Pages, and Google Docs. I absolutely think you should have access to multiple of them, even if it's just Google Docs as your extra, because you will be surprised by how often you will randomly need to use a platform for something different. I had to use Pages to format Belle Delphine because I was having a problem with, I believe, the font I wanted to use. I wasn't accessing it correctly on Word, so I ended up having to format it on Pages because I still had the font on there. It was a whole mix-up with that. There is also, if you are ever going to have beta readers, your beta readers might not have Microsoft Word, so they might not really be able to utilize your document properly. And beta reading Beta reading on a PDF just doesn't cut it in terms of comments. So Google Docs is very helpful. This is a similar concept to when you are accepting payments for your books. It is better for you to have multiple different ways to accept payment versus expecting other people who are buying your product to have those multiple other different forms of payment. I use Zelle, Venmo, and PayPal. I hate PayPal. PayPal endlessly is causing me problems, so I don't like using PayPal, but a lot of people still really like using PayPal. So I accept PayPal. I don't write on Google Docs for anything other than beta reading, but most of the people who beta read prefer to use Google Docs. And truthfully, I prefer to have my beta readers on a Google Docs because they can all share it, I can organize the comments. It's great. Have access to different writing platforms, even if it's just 1 or 2 extras, like Pages or Google Docs, which chances are come on your computer. They'll come in handy one of these days. Those are my favorite must-have writing products. If you have any that I did not list or any better suggestions than what I listed, definitely let me know. I am always open to trying new stationery, new writing supplies, new writing anything such as pens, notebooks, papers. I love my stationery. So You have a suggestion? Let me know. I'll have to test it out and maybe I'll do another video including your suggestion. For now, thank you for watching, and whatever time it is, morning, evening, or night, have a great day!